Okay, gang, can you tell the difference just by looking here whether the left one is the fake one or the right one is the fake one? Which one's the real one? Which one's the fake one? Hey everyone, it's Joe and
Michael
from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au, good swerve, selling you the best bullion bars and coins shipped to you worldwide from Melbourne in Australia. Yep. Today we are talking specifically about fake Perth Mint gold bars. Have you made your decision yet? Which one is the actual real one? Which one is the fakey? Why are we talking about fake Perth Mint gold bars?
Because we're starting to see them come back into the industry again. As the spot price has moved up, it is worth the people that fake these bars to produce a fairly accurate reproduction, because they can obviously spend a small amount of money, spend a bit on labour and materials, and actually get a fairly good quality product and still make quite a bit of premium on them. So we're starting to see that appear more and more, and we want to make people aware of it and show how to maybe insure yourself against making a mistake, an expensive one.
Yep, absolutely. So have you made your decision? We're going to give away the answer right now. Which one is the real one and which one is the fake one? Here we go. Drum roll, please. Psych! They're both fake. Haha, sucked in. You knew that was coming, didn't you? They are both fake. Here's some actual real ones right here. We've got the real ones here. This is a 50-gram bar of real Perth Mint gold and a 10-gram bar. And down here is the fake 1-ounce bar and a fake 20-gram bar. Now, when these came into the store, you and I both, all we had to do was literally look at them. We didn't even pick them up. And we just looked at them and went, "Oh, I'm sorry, customer, you have purchased a fake bar of da-da-da." Now, luckily, the customer was one of the smart stackers out there. And look, they happened to purchase them on, it was Gumtree.
It was.
Now, if you're watching this somewhere other than Australia, Gumtree is like the Craigslist of Australia. Craigslist being that, in America is that kind of private kind of, you post things, you can do anything on Craigslist pretty much, but it's that kind of thing. So you got to be really aware of the stuff you buy off, like Craigslist, Gumtree, eBay, even eBay as well.
Yes,
you get some good stuff, but you can get some fakies.
Yes.
But anyway, this customer was smart enough because they only paid a 10% deposit. So they brought it in here and said, I'm not sure about it, but I just want to test it. And we looked at it straight away and went, yeah, that's fake. No chance that's real. But for the layman, this is where it's much more difficult because these are actually really good fakes. So let's talk about the couple of things that we noticed straight off the bat, which sort of gave us an indication that they were immediately fake. And this is going to be a great bit of info for you guys out there.
Okay, so the immediate one that jumped out at us, like the first thing, is the colouring. So you can see these are quite a shiny new gold colour. Yep. And this is actually accurately how they come out of the presses. They have this very shiny colour. Yes. And the Perth Mint then treats them with kind of like an acid wash type thing, and it produces this matte finish. Exactly. Which is, and one of the reasons they do it is because it's not impossible, but it's difficult to matte finish a gold, what am I looking for?
Gold-plated.
Gold-plated bar. Yeah. It just gives you that little bit higher level of security, knowing that it's matte, not this shiny finish.
Absolutely. You can definitely tell there it's just a deeper gold because it's not that matte finish right there. So that was the first thing that gave it away to me. Yep. And to you. What was the second thing?
So second thing was the typeset on one of them. One they've got actually very accurate on the typeset.
Really, really
but the other one, I'm trying to think if we've ever seen a 20-gram bar with left justified lettering or not.
It might be on the older green packaging, maybe,
but we'd have to think it was on the black.
I'm not quite sure. Yeah,
I may stand corrected on that.
I don't think I haven't seen it on the black, but again, we've handled so many of these. Maybe we have. Maybe there was. but I just don't remember it. But that did sort of give stuff away.
It certainly made us pause when we saw it.
Absolutely.
They haven't produced that for quite a while.
That's right. But look at the care and the time they have taken, even though we can tell it was fake. But look at this. Look at that font right there. I'll pop these. So this is the fake one right here, and this is the real one right here. It's really, really, really close. Like very, very close. If you can probably see the difference there between the two. On the right-hand side, it's just a little bit more faint. It's not as bright, the color. And on the left-hand side here, you can see it's just a little bit of a deeper gold or a deeper orangey, yellowy kind of color right there. And of course, as you can see right next to each other, the more matte finish here and that sort of deeper gold finish. And people might also notice the background. as well. So on the black packaging, if we were talking in sort of photography terms, we're talking like brightness and contrast and things like that. It's like they didn't punch up the contrast on this, because the black is much blacker on the real stuff versus the fake one. There you can just see it's a bit more faded. So that was the few indications, at least for the front side. Let's take a look at the...
Again, if you had this in isolation, you couldn't compare it to that.
Oh no, that's right.
You know, the background wouldn't look that, even to me, wouldn't look that bad.
Exactly right. But but it's, let's say you're a stacker and you already have some, you know, 30 card bars. At least you can now, you know how to compare and what to look for. Let's take a look at the back.
Before we go over, the other thing you can look at, or the other thing that stood out, and particularly with the 20 grammer, was the thickness of it. Because it's not out of gold, and gold is quite a dense product.
Sure.
The thickness, either they need to make the dimensions on the front larger, or they need to make the thickness thicker.
Yeah, that's
to compensate, to make it so it's an approximate weight.
Sure.
So usually 99 times out of 100, they go for a thicker product, and that's what we can see there. And you can see even on these two, this is a 1 ounce compared to a 50 grammer.
Yep.
The 1 ounce it's the same, if not thicker, than the 50
grammer,
grammer,
which shouldn't be right. No, that's right.
Definitely shouldn't be right.
That's correct. So lots of different ways you can figure it out just by looking at it alone. Let's take a look at the back now. Of course, we'll just take a look at the typeset. This is again the fake one. You might notice a little bit of a difference on the serial numbers right here. It's a slightly more elongated. As you can see, it's just a little bit shorter, if you want to call it that, or I don't know, stubbier, the serial number. But in terms of the font and stuff, it's just pretty damn good. They've done a very, very good job. And this is what I was amazed about. Check this out, and you can see it much more easily on the 20 gram bar. I'll show you that. So this is the real one, every brand new Perth Mint 30 card bar comes with extra bits of plastic. So if you want to peel that back, or just show them, think of it like an extra bit of a screen protector. You can just take that off and everything's still fine. It's just like if you were to buy a new mobile phone or electronics, it's got that little extra bit of plastic that you just rip off. Just protects it from scratches. And they've even included that on the cards as well. So they're doing a really, really good job. And let's go back to this one here. We'll go back to the back and let's quickly talk about the kangaroos. Now, what's the deal with the kangaroos? This is the fake one. This is the real one.
So the kangaroo patterning was a design brought in a few years ago by the Perth Mint to try and make them more unforgeable.
Sure.
Because it's a very exacting design, very hard to replicate. Sure. But they haven't got it right. But
it's damn
close. They're getting close now.
It's really close
to the Perth Mint, to the real one. So it's not good.
It's good because it's not good because it's so good that they're fake. So here's the upshot of it all. You really do need to have a good relationship with a bullion dealer.
Yes.
And particularly a bullion dealer that has an XRF machine. We made a video called Why Every Bullion Dealer Should Have an XRF Machine. I'll put a link
somewhere about here.
Somewhere above here now. Watch that. But give us the basics. What's an XRF? What does it do?
It X-rays. It sends in radiation into the bar and then measures the radiation coming out effectively in whatever wavelength. And from that wavelength, it can determine what that bar is made up of.
Okay, that's easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a real one and a fake one on there, and we're going to just really prove to you that the real one is real and the fake one is most definitely fake.
Just before we stick it on the XRF, just going back to the bar number again. You can actually phone the Perth Mint and confirm the bar number if you ever wanted to for an independent source.
Yes.
And you'll actually find that the numbers that they use, they don't tend to change the numbers yet. So you'll actually find that most of these 1 ounce bars will actually have a similar, if not exactly the same, serial number.
Wow, okay.
Anyway, let's get it onto the XRF.
Right, so this is the real deal. Okay, now what you might see at the very beginning is maybe some trace elements because it is in its packaging. This happens to be the top of the line model, but sometimes it might not come up straight away with 99.99 AU. It might have tiny little trace elements just because of the plastic. But the longer that you do the X-ray for, the more it penetrates into the bar, and then those trace elements should disappear. So what we're going to be looking for, this isn't this one, this is a previous one. We're going to be looking for AU and then 99.99. Again, a couple of things might come down here, but then that should disappear after a few seconds. Let's hit the good old play button, see what happens. All right, not even the, oh, there we go. Yep, you can see right there, just the trace elements just to start with, and that's just because of the plastic in the packaging. And as you can see, the longer you go, the more accurate it becomes. And you've got 99.99 AU, AU being the elemental symbol for gold.
Yes.
So that's why you want to come to a bullion dealer that has an XRF. We're not saying to come to us. If you got your local, that's fine. If they've got one, great.
Yeah, to be honest, it's a deal breaker for me. If they didn't have an XRF, I wouldn't be dealing with them.
Fair enough.
Because we're seeing more and more of these fakes coming through the system.
And can we just show that was one of the fakies?
Yep, it is.
You can definitely see that. Yep, definitely. Now let's see what comes up on this bad boy. Here we go. And what do we got? There you go, right there. So what, nearly 80% copper, some zinc, some silver. There's your AU right there, 2.33 something percent.
That'll just be the gold coating.
Yes, that's your gold plating, right there.
For it, yeah.
Yep. So that's why having an XRF machine handy close by somewhere near you is not a bad idea. But look, if you don't, that's cool. That's okay. I mean, it's preferable that you do, but at least we've given you sort of a heads up about some of the fake Perth Mint gold bars out there, and what to look for. If you are in doubt with anything that you've either previously purchased or that you're thinking about, you've just purchased or you purchased years ago, if you're in the Melbourne area, you can certainly come in here, right?
And we're more than happy to test anything you bring in. Bear in mind, we're a business, so if you bring in 100 items, we're probably going to politely say, look, it's a few too many. And also you have to, understand that we're going to serve paying customers first. So you might have to wait a few minutes before we can test it.
Yeah, of course.
But absolutely, if you've bought it, you're local, bring it on in.
Yep, fantastic. What else do they need to know? Really, of course, we're open for business back again after the Christmas New Year's period.
Yep, we're all back on deck.
We're all back on deck. Of course, like, sharing, subscribing and all that. And head over to bullionnow.com.au because we do sell the best bullion bars and coins shipped worldwide.
We do, and they're not fakes.
And they are not fakes, absolutely not. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you found this informative. That's it from me.
And from me too.
All right, take care.
See ya.